Hello guys and girls, how's it going? Screezilla here and I hope you're all well. And you join me today taking out the Panzer J and also the Panzer G. So, the J and G variants, the Panzers at 4.0. Now, the Panzer J is pretty much the top tier Panzer you can get, although the Panzer H is a little bit higher in its BR. This one is the second unlock after the H. I've done a video on this before, so the history aspects, if you want to watch that video, go and have a little look-see for it. But this tank is really fun. It's at a really good BR, 4.0. If you get 4.0 games, you are going to have such a blast in this tank. It is just fun. So, you've got some decent penetration with your standard round. Up to 120mm at 500 metres, 135mm at 100 metres. But you've also got the APCR, which has got a ridiculous amount of penetration. The tank is relatively fast. It has okay armour. It's not the best, but it is going to survive shots. Especially when you're fighting T-34-57s, things like that. You're not going to be fighting the T-34-85s, which really just demolish you. The T-34Es and stuff like that can be a bit of a problem, but you're not going to have to worry about them too much. Now in this game, the enemy have managed to get to a good location before I really got moving, so got to be a bit careful here. I'm actually going to get very, very lucky in a moment. So this saved my game, basically. I angled the tank slightly as I was going across this road. So we've got... Let's wait until we get up there. We've got a T-34 looking at us. And there's a Zis as well. Shot comes in. Just scrapes across the top of our tank there. We got super lucky there. It just hit on this section here. We just fire off a snapshot at it, just to hopefully point to the team where it is. I'm also marking the map right now to let them know. Now, this is probably one of my favourite tanks for 4.0. T-34s are great. They're just so strong. But this thing has got such a good gun. Now, T-34-85 is a different thing. It's a complete and utter different beast. The T-34-85 is a monster. But the T-34 57, the T-34E and stuff are not quite as good. The gun handling's not quite there. So we're going to poke out here, and we're looking around, and there's that T-34E, not looking at us. We're going to have to aim our gun via binoculars, get the shot off, go straight through the through the front. We go through the front. We go straight through the front plate there. So that is really, really nice. I'm not going to complain at that at all. So we get a really good shot in there, so that's good. Now we're going to try and outflank the enemy here. See if we can get a bit of a better position on the enemy. And see how well we go. So, we're moving around now, trying to get into a slightly better spot for the game. And we'll see how well we go on that one. So we're moving around now, getting a good flanking position on the enemy. And we'll see if we can get around and get behind the enemy. Because if we can get up this hill without too much problem and without getting spotted, we're going to be able to get around behind the enemy and cause some mischief. So that will be very fun indeed. So, let's see how we're going here. So we're getting up this hill now, and we're just trying to see if we can get to a point where we can flank the enemy. If we can flank the enemy right now and not get spotted, we're going to be in a really good position to do some tank hunting. Slowly climbing up the hill here. It's a bit of a long climb, and as you can see with the markers there, we can see already that there is a 75mm truck there, an M3 truck, sitting in position, ready to take us out. Well, ready to take our team out. We fire a shot straight through the hole there, we hit the gun, we take out the gun breech, and we take out the loader. Unfortunately, we don't get the kill, because, of course, it is a truck, and therefore is impervious to APHE shells. So we try and snap some shots off here. We completely miss. Now that guy's going to have to repair that guy's going to have to repair their breach. So we're going to try and get around before they can repair that and see what we can do. So let's roll down this hill here and see if we can't get to a position where we can capture him. Now we might be able to take it out with MGs. Might have to use our main gun on it. Now the problem is with the MGs we only have the 7.5mm gun, I think it is, or 7.62. The MG 101, no, I've forgotten the name of it, MG 34, I can't remember the name. So the 75mm there, we fire off a shot, we bounce underneath and damage the transmission, we start spraying it with our machine gun, and we manage to take out the rest of his crew with the MG. So really good news there. It's not cost us too much. Now we have basically lost our position on the hill, so we can't really flank the enemy as well as we were. Now we probably could have got off some really good shots up there if we had been, but we will do our best to get around and see what we can do here. Now the Panzer IV is, as I say, one of my favourite tanks. It just really works well. As you can see there, actually, I think an MG or something's actually hit us at the side there and taken off one of our side plates. So that may have saved us from being killed at some stage. These side plates, they're not great, but they do add a little bit of protection from heat rounds, which is what they were designed for mainly. It was designed to counteract things like the Piet gun, the Panzer Faust, basically anti-tank guns, especially man-operated anti-tank guns. So it's there for a bit of extra protection around the side. It's not going to offer you huge amounts of protection, but it can save your life sometimes. And it does sort of stop some of the 50 cal spray from touching you sometimes. Now we're slowly climbing up this hill. I need to get some engine upgrades on this thing. Keeping an eye out. Now as you see, there is an archer to our left, but we can't actually see it because, well, we're playing in realistic battle here. Now that M22 Locust just got annihilated. There's this burning corpse. Now we could have taken that guy out if we were up here. We probably would have taken that guy out without too much trouble. We missed the M15 there. Keeping an eye out on those houses. So now I'm just working this area, just trying to keep it safe. I don't want to be out in the open too much because, you know, it is dangerous being up here. We're just keeping an eye out, trying to spot anyone going down this hill, trying to get around the areas the best that we can. Now again, that archer is really well hidden, but the good news is we're well hidden from it as well. So I'm seeing if I can spot anyone there. Now that M15's managed to get out of my line of sight as well. We're behind a bush for hiding, but that means we can't see things as well. So things are looking relatively clear up here now. There's no snipers up here. We're pretty good, because one of the things you have to watch out for on this map are people getting up here and sniping into your spawn and sniping you as you're trying to get into the town. Now the game's going relatively well for us. We are kind of winning, but the game is sort of swinging from side to side. The M10s over there on the far side are busy sniping into our spawn. The spawn campers are busy, but are getting a bit of damage from it. I missed that M10 there, but again, very hard to see at this distance. Unless you see it firing and stuff like that, you generally miss some of these tanks. But we are just keeping an eye out. I'm looking at the smoke screen there because I'm expecting something over in that smoke area, just sort of from experience, really. Trying to spot the enemies. Not seeing anyone still. Seeing their name tags, but not actually seeing them. Now that M10 there, if I had stopped and really studied the landscape, I might have spotted it. But I'd really have had to look quite hard to see it. Again, it's well hidden behind the bushes. T-34 there I could have possibly spotted if I'd stopped, but I'm busy trying to get across this area and get to this these houses to offer me some protection so I don't get flanked, basically. So we've got 2 kills so far, we're going well, and I can see that archer now. I've seen something from the front. There we go, that archer is definitely visible. Now, time to try and get to sort of see it. So that bush is in our way, and of course we sort of can't really see where it is. So I'm trying to see if I can spot it through the bush. Move back just to check it's still there. So it's still there. Try and get the gun on sight. We fire that just at front of it, miss it completely. Start spamming our MG at it. There we go, we found the archer. We fire straight through, straight into the engine block. Awesome shot. So it's on fire now, and secondary shot knocks out the crew. Good job. Okay, so that's one less tank destroyer shooting at us coming across the bridge. So just got to keep our eye out now, just in case we get any other tanks spotting us, because, well, we did sort of open ourselves up for visibility there. So we'll try and sneak around. We're going to reposition as well, because that guy could come back in a plane to revenge kill us, which is always a fun thing. This game was actually really good. There were not very many revenge kills from planes, which is really fun. That T-34 there I missed. Again, when you're not looking through binoculars, when you're really not, you're sort of driving and you're sort of keeping an eye out in front and to the left of you, you miss some of these things. And it's very hard in realistic battle because you don't have those name tags floating above the enemy's heads. So we're going to start pushing towards the B cap now. Now we're keeping an eye on things, we're trying to spot anything we can. Now we're close to their spawn as well, so we don't want to go over the brow of this hill really, because we're going to get sort of spotted by enemies. You know, enemies could be coming up from the spawn. I'm kind of expecting that archer to come back, respawn in another tank, so sort of getting ready for a revenge kill as well. I don't want to be too out in the open really, but at the same time I want to be able to keep working, keep my team sort of safe. Now our team has taken a big hammering. We did have B surrounded, and now we've lost everybody there, so we've really taken a bit of a beating there. Plane coming in, just looking to see what it is. Kind of have to keep an eye out because it could be a revenge kill again, you know, so you've really got to keep an eye out for that kind of thing. Again, keeping an eye to my right, just making sure I don't get spotted by an enemy. Looking around, seeing if I can spot anything. There we go, there's a target. There's a armoured car. We take a shot, we manage to go straight through the engine block, we over-penetrate. Crap, it's T-34 there, it's aiming. Reload, reload. We take the shot, we kill it. We're getting shot at by a plane. Again, we're reloading. We're going to be able to take out that armoured car. We hit it, take it out. Good job. Okay, we're on 5 kills. Things are looking good. Now, we've managed to stop a high priority target there, that T-34. We've also taken out that AAA car, which could have caused problems for somebody. Now, we're getting hit by a plane. Not really any major damage, but it is spotting us. So we have been spotted, so we want to keep moving, because although we won't be spotted in the open, we will be spotted on the mini-map. So we want to make sure we reposition here. We don't get caught out in the open with our pants down, so to say. Now, the enemy does know that we're going to be around B, so we're going to keep sort of lurking in this area and try not to come out too much. But we do need to start capping B. The game is pretty even at the moment. We're pretty even on vehicles as well, although we do have many AAA vehicles, whereas the enemy has a few tanks left. So that really does put us at a disadvantage. So we're going to sneak around here and we're going to try and get into B. Keeping an eye out for tanks really, because this is really a danger area. Check to our left. Wait, crap, what's that? There's a Valentine there. Okay, let's get on target. Now, we can't see through that bush, of course. Valentine's there. There's an M4A5 as well. That's a dangerous target as well. The Ram could really cause us some damage. So, hopefully it's not going to be looking at us. We can hopefully get around. It has seen us. It's taken a shot. It's taken out our loader and our commander. But we managed to get the shot off as well and take him out as well. Now, our breach is damaged, so we'll have to repair that. So I'm going to sit in B and repair it. Now, we have got some tanks hopefully coming in to offer us some support, but we are very low on vehicles. Now, we've got a lot of people sitting over the side here. There's a AAA shooting at somebody up to my right-hand side. Can't see what it is, but there's definitely something there. It could be a AAA, it could be a vehicle. What is it? What is it? What is it? Crap, it's a T-34E. Now, it's not taking a shot, it's aiming at us, and we are donezo. Now, that's the same T-34 we killed earlier, but this time we weren't so lucky. Now, the enemy has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vehicles. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vehicles. So we've got the same on each team. However, we've just gone down. Our tank is lost, so we've lost the J. So we're going to have to go to the G now. We've got 7 kills, though, so that's not a bad run. 7 kills with only 1 death. I'm going to take that without too much trouble. So we hop into the Panzer 4G now. And we're in our fantastic desert camouflage. Now, this tank I have unlocked the smoke grenades on, so that is some good news. Now, we're going to want to get back to B as soon as possible. We've got a lot of friendlies on this side of the bank, but the problem is they're at a real disadvantage now because, well, they're going to have to try and get into that position where that T-34 can defend from. Now, the enemy actually has a spawn camper somewhere around here as well. I don't know what type of tank it was. I'm thinking maybe it was the M2A4, because I didn't really see that guy in game. So I'm guessing he's actually up around our spawn. So we'll see in a minute. That guy will probably pop up on our mini-map. I'm just going to wait for him to pop up to see who it was, so I can name and shame them. But spawn camping's not really going to help the enemy here. It might stop a couple of reinforcements getting through, but we have too many vehicles over near B. We've got too many tanks near Bravo. So there's a plane coming in. There's the A6M2 still up, so that's not really a threat at all. The A6M2 doesn't really have anything that can damage a tank, but it can do some damage to some light vehicles. So we're trundling along here, and I'm going to try and get to B, and I'm going to try and flank B, basically, because at the moment, that T-34 can get into a nice position, you see where it's at now, and aim towards the tanks coming across that bridge. So if we can get around behind it, we can cause some serious damage here. But we've got to try and get behind that position without being spotted. Now, we just see a brief glimpse of that T-34 there. The STZ. Now, we might have been able to take a shot there, but if we'd missed, if it had bounced, we would have been left with our pants down. And that's not a good place to be. So there's the spawn camper, up here, sitting near our spawn, Mr. Drone Strike 1970. Great job, you were a complete asset to your team by spawn camping. You did absolutely nothing for them. Let's just see how many kills that guy's got as well. So Drone 1970 has got no kills whatsoever and 2 deaths. So a real good team player there. Spawn campers, I hate them. So Drone 1970 was killed. So an M24 has killed that guy. So that's the end of that spawn camper. Now we're up behind B now. So we can now hopefully take on that T-34. Now I'm expecting it around that position, but there it is. So I don't think I've actually spotted it yet, or I have, and I'm just trying to flank it basically. So we're hopefully going to get a side shot here. So we're going to come around. Hopefully he's not going to notice us, and he's not noticed us, which is good news. So we're going to get to a position where we can take this shot. So not looking at us, he's busy looking at the bridge. Take the shot, straight into the side there. A nice position for the shell to go through. We take out the crew without too much problem. Now, of course, we need to watch out for that bridge, because there could be possible targets around that area. There is a dead tank just there, and unlucky for us, it was dead already. So we didn't get the kill on that one. We did make sure it was extra dead, though. Now, I'm keeping an eye out. I'm trying to see if there's anyone over in those positions, and I can't really see anyone. So I'm going to get into B now, and I'm going to try and cap Bravo. See if we can't get this zone captured. Now, we have a Honey, and we also have a Panzer III or a Panzer IV near us as well. So we've got 3 tanks in this area. Now, what we need to do is spread out, basically, and keep a perimeter. We want to keep tanks looking at each direction, and we want to make sure that we can sort of keep our... So there's Panzer IV F1 there. Now, we want to basically keep all our areas safe. We want to keep tanks pointing in every direction to make sure nobody can flank us. Nobody can get into the cap. Now, in this game mode, the cap does take longer to capture. So I've smoked up already, just early on, just to try and stop anyone capturing us. Now, the Honey is looking to our left there. The Panzer IV is up on that hill, a perfect position to watch for people coming in. So we've got really good surroundings now, so I need to try and turn a little bit because I want to keep an eye on that road, and I also want to keep an eye to our left here. Panzer IV takes a hit by the looks of it. So we want to keep an eye on that side as well, because tanks could come over that hill. If somebody gets up on that hill there, I'll notice they could take all three of us out without too much problem. So again, we really need to keep an eye over on that hill. Ideally, we want somebody to be on that hill to keep an eye out. Now, somebody's shooting us from there. So I think it's that Stug that was friendly firing. But it turns out there's actually a tank to the left there. So just keeping an eye out, really. Looking around, trying to spot anything. Some shots coming in. So I'm looking around. Oh, there's an M4A5 there. Okay. Turn our turret round. Now, I can't really see it at this position. Take a shot, go straight through the turret. We take out the machine gunner and also its gun cannon, so it's no longer a threat. And then a friendly 88mm flak takes out the tank for us. So that's good, we've got an assist. So that's good. Our left side is clear now. We also have that flak 88 keeping an eye out for us there, hopefully. Now, somebody just died to our right. So that flak 88 has just died, so it must have been set on fire by the M4A5. So that's not so good. We've lost that that useful eye to our right-hand side there. There is somebody else coming up. Now, we are capping the zone, so things are going well. Keeping an eye out still. I'm really watching that hill mainly. But also trying to watch that road. Now, we've got people looking over to the left-hand side there, and nobody's really watching that road. So I'm really getting a bit anxious now, telling the team to watch it. And, oh, God, there's a Sherman coming in. Quickly get the shot off. We get very lucky there. We go straight through the side, take it out before it can take any of us out. An important shot there that has won us this game. Phew. Well, that was a hell of a game there. That was really enjoyable. So, excuse me, I'm going to stop and switch to the post-screen stats now, and we'll see what we've earned. So as you see, when War Thunder's good, it can be really, really good. That was a fun game. So 9 kills, 1 assist. I'm annoyed that wasn't a kill, that assist. 8 crits, 16 hits in total, 1 zone captured, and of course we finished second because we only got 9 kills. It's crazy sometimes how the game scoring works. I swear, it's just ridiculous. It does count for hits more than anything, so if you go and hit lots of tanks, you're going to make more profit, in all honesty. So with the awards, we got Shadow Streak ×4, Tank Rescuer ×3, Double Strike ×2, Avenger Eye for an Eye, Professional ×9, ×5 ×9, reward for destroying an enemy vehicle without losing your own. So not bad, in all honesty. 5 times streak on that one, and a 3 times streak as well. 1 shot, reward for destroying your enemy's vehicle without a miss, 5 times. Final blow and heavy metal fury, destroy the most enemy vehicles of other players. So we got all of those rewards. We actually made some decent profit from that game, almost 50,000 lions, which I'm not going to sniff at. And we made some good research points, actually, towards the Panther. So 5k research. I'm running a 30% research boost as well. So not too bad, actually, there. And also unlocked arty and some extra bits for the tanks as well. So we'll just quickly get those items. So what did we get? We unlocked arty, and let's start researching some engine modifications, shall we? We'll research transmission first, I think, on this beauty. As you see, I tend to avoid all the stuff that makes me go faster in account for getting all the stuff that makes me slightly better. But we will actually start researching the filters on this one. And we now have some extra armor on the Panzer J. So we've got some nice little track plates on her, so some seriously heavy extra armor, about 15 millimeters of extra armor around the place, so that might help us a little bit. But all in all, the Panzer J and G variant are pretty good for their tier. Really good fun. Alright guys, well I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Have a lovely day, and I will see you all again soon. Bye bye.